Hello, welcome to OJ Studios. Please enjoy this week's short story The Medallion by Olivia Julius. Also, please join me after the story for the next poll options. The Medallion. Okay, it has to be here. A little girl said while she sat on the steps of one of the school's fire escapes. She stayed on the top step of the fire escape just outside the view of her second grade teacher, Mrs. Thompson. Her heart pumped a million miles per hour. She remembers putting the item in her bag this morning. She had put it in her pencil case for safekeeping, but now it was gone. Oh no, they're going to kill me! She thought as she started to take everything out of her bag. Math book? Check. Reading book? Check. Notebook? Check. Math book? Check. But there was no pencil case, thus there was no gold medallion. Crap! She said before again looking around at her mess. It's not in the classroom. Have you seen it, Bethany? Another girl asked, scaring Bethany. She looked up at the girl with some tears in her eyes. Look, Abby, we got to find it. She said, you know what my dad's note said? If we don't put it back on and wish for our old lives again within the next hour, then we are trapped permanently. Abby bent down to help Bethany with the mess and to help relook through the book bag. Are you sure it's in there? Yes, I saw it during lunch, and I know I put it back. Well, you probably dropped it there. Abby said. No, it was in my pink pencil case. I think I would have known if my pink pencil case had fallen out of my bag. Bethany, there is no pink pencil case here. Abby said, looking over the pile. Bethany looked over the mess again and then through her book bag. Abby was right, no matter how much Bethany wished for it, there wasn't any. Bethany stood back up, dusted her uniform skirt and looked around the pile. It was hopeless, she knew. Bethany, Abby, I found something! A third girl said. She came around the corner. She held up pink pencil case. Oh, thank goodness Kelly found it! Abby said, relieved and running over to the new girl. I didn't find it! Kelly said grimly as she opened the pencil box and turned it over, reviling that it was empty. All three girls looked at the box with sad empathy. The medallion could be anywhere, Bethany whispered. Yeah! The other two girls said in unison. All three girls thought back to the events of a week ago. Back then all three of them were teenage boys. It was Bethany, then Ben, who had found the medallion in an old shop on Main Street. When he saw it, the medallion kind of called out to him. He reached out and took it off the display rack to look at it closer. Both his best friends Steve and Ethan asked him why he was looking at necklace for. Ben just silently shrugged and bought it from the store's cashier. He claimed to his friends that he was buying it for his girlfriend Lexi, but the two other guys didn't believe him. They made jokes to him, teasing him about his unusual purchase. As the jokes went on, Ben put the medallion on as a joke. Both Steve and Ethan faked complimenting Ben on how he looks. Oh yeah? Ben said, striking a pose. Then he changed the subject. So did you guys finish Mr. Thompson's homework assignment? Ben asked. Nope. Steve said he's brutal with his homework assignments. Yeah, I almost wish that we were back in his wife's second grade class again. Ethan said, at least your homework assignments weren't too hard. Yeah, I wish for that too, Ben said. As soon as Ben said those words, the three teen boys dropped down to the ground. They passed out and awakened as little girls. Ben became Bethany, Steve became Abby, and Ethan became Kelly. All three of them were now 7 years old, all three were girls, and all three were in Mrs. Thompson's class at the all-girls private boarding school on the other side of town. The three now girls also had their minds changed to be more girly. They could only call the other girls by their new names, their knowledge about any subject was that of a second graders. And what's worse is that all three girls now wore skirts and other girly clothes as if they had been doing so their entire life. All the boy things that they knew was replaced by girly things. They now cared way too much about Disney princess, and Barbie movies. There were now three roommates, their beds were all next to each other. With a quick search of the room, there was nothing linking them to their past lives. All that was left was girly clothes, decorations, and the now very girly boys. A note by Bethany's bedside table told them that they have to make a wish again in 7 days to return to their past lives. Well, that's easy! Bethany said she put the medallion necklace over her head and wished that they were back in their normal bodies. She closed her eyes really tight and then slowly opened them. "We have to wait the whole week," Kelly said, sighing. "This will be a long week," Abby said, sighing. That's where they are now. The three little girls stood on the fire escape, panicking and looking around at what they can do. The thoughts of how they were going to survive as girls made them tear up a little. Well, for one girl that wasn't true. Kelly put her hand in the skirt's pocket. She felt around for a second, then put her hand around the medallion. She had taken it in Bethany's pencil case out of Bethany's bag during after lunch recess. Kelly smiled a little. She liked her new life, she loved the clothes, and the other two girls will get used to their new lives. Right?